Welcome to the Unapologetic Entrepreneurship podcast, where we believe that as entrepreneurs, we get to decide what our business and our life looks like.
And we get to be unapologetic about it.
You're your own boss, so why are you waiting for permission to do things your way?
Here, we ditch the shoulds. No more building a business that looks good on paper but feels bad in your body.
No more following someone else's strategy just because it worked for them or chasing someone else's version of success.
I'm Delia.
And I'm Joana, and this is not just another business strategy podcast.
We are going so much deeper.
We'll be talking about identity, purpose, our inner world, and designing a business around the life you actually want to live.
Let's get into it. Hello and welcome back to the Unapologetic Entrepreneurship podcast. And today we want to talk about what Joana and I think is the single biggest evil for entrepreneurs. I think we have uncovered the greatest sabotage tool that entrepreneurs have in their weaponry. Don't you think, Joana? I feel like we've mastered it. And maybe, do you think if we removed this one thing, everything would shift? Our revenue would grow.
For sure.
Our productivity would grow.
Our happiness.
Oh my God, our happiness would tenfold.
How full our life would be.
Should we say what it is? In fact, you know what? You know what it is. I feel like I don't even need to say it. You know what it is. Joanna has one. I have one. I'm going to bet some money that you have yours in your hand right now. It is the mobile phone, the smartphone.
And I know. You're probably being like, okay, skip episode. I already know it's bad. I already know it's a problem. You probably have heard many people talk about it. But why not have our take on it and hopefully feel inspired by new ways you can look at your relationship with your phone? Because we can never hear this message too often, I think, right? Because, Delia, have you solved your phone addiction?
No. And I've read a book on it.
Which one?
How to quit your phone.
Oh, it's literally...
Yeah, I think it's called that.
I was going to ask, is it like Cal Newport's digital minimalism or like...
No. While we're talking, I'll double check the title, but I think it's called How to Quit Your Phone. It comes with a whole plan of quitting your phone.
Oh, wow. There should be like an AA for it, right? Or like a PA phones anonymous.
Phones anonymous.
Phone addicted anonymous.
Every single person will be a member of it. It would be like the greatest anonymous group ever. For anyone listening who is interested in that book, I just want to say buy the hard copy. The reason why it didn't work for me is because I bought it on my Kindle. And it's literally like the book opens up, it's a plan. Day one, you do this. Day two, you do this. And it's something you really need in your hands, to go back and forth between the pages. So it didn't work for me on Kindle format, which is why it didn't work. What a cop-out! What a cop-out!
I know. So now even more people would be like, oh, then I'm definitely skipping. If you guys haven't figured it out, how are you going to... We're going to do this together, guys. We're going to do this as a collective, and you're going to help us on Instagram, which totally defines the point.
I will say, though, that I realized that my mobile phone was my single biggest problem a while ago. And this month, I have been making a really big effort to reduce the usage. And I have been sending a screenshot of my time on my phone every single evening to my friend.
Yeah. Can we do that too with each other?
Yeah, absolutely. It has helped. It really has helped because there's some embarrassment, right? When you send that screenshot to somebody else where you're like, really, this is how I'm spending my time. But my single biggest problem on my phone is WhatsApp. Nothing else.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's actually it's something that is not as harmful as maybe some of the other things that people are addicted to. So why is WhatsApp a problem for you?
WhatsApp is a problem for me because I have great chats with friends when I should be working.
Oh, okay.
And I think it's a problem for me because we live in this world where if you think like before, if you were going to have a conversation with someone, you would have to pick up your landline and you would call them and you would have a very intentional conversation that is very present in the moment, or you would go to their house to see them, right?
Hmm.
That's how we communicated. And now we're in this environment where we're pinging messages back and forth. A conversation can go on for 15, 20 minutes, but it's written, voice notes that will, we all do it. We get in our car, we send a little podcast to our friend who will listen to it when they're driving. And that's great, right? That's great. We've entered this world where that's become the norm. And it's such a time sucker because you can end up losing hours where you've just been going back and forth. And, maybe you've had a great time. You've probably been having some good laugh out loud moments. Is it a good use of time? I don't think it is. What could I be doing with that time?
You don't want to lose connection to these friends, right? Like, I know friendships are so big for you and you have
Yeah.
so many great friendships. So what would your solution be to WhatsApp? Or what are the boundaries that you want to put in place? And have you put any boundaries in place?
I think this is what I need to do. I need to put some boundaries in place. Okay, right. This is happening live on the call.
Because I mean, as a friend, I wouldn't want to text you and you'd be like, sorry, I'm off WhatsApp altogether. I'm not going to respond. Or you could call me back.
Maybe I have hours,
Maybe
like
have
a
like
WhatsApp
a
hour.
walk and catch up where you're not you're just like calling people back and you're like, I didn't read anything you said. Tell me.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I think what I need to do is I do this sometimes. I put my phone in a drawer in my kitchen so
Hmm.
that it's far away, and then I just don't look at it. But the problem is I use WhatsApp for work too, because me and you will communicate on WhatsApp, right? We'll be like,
Yeah.
you send me the link to record this podcast via WhatsApp. So mm, maybe I need to make it not about work so that I can put it in a drawer and then it doesn't interrupt my day.
Yeah, and you could take an inventory of like all the things that happen on WhatsApp, and like for example, we can move our things to Slack,
Yeah.
our communication to Slack. And then some friends are like, actually, could we have like a standing call, or like, can I call you at like what is a good time to call when I want to respond to your messages, so we could do it like via quick 10-15 minute chat. But Delia, I think people that are listening to this might be like, you don't have that much of a phone problem.
What? Okay, so what about you, Joanna?
So,
What's your phone
okay.
problem?
Um, well, first, I don't even know how many hours, but I know that my biggest addiction that on my phone that I have tried many ways to stop myself, and it's such an addictive thing that I always find ways around it. It's Instagram. And I tell myself, but I use it for work. I can't delete it from my phone. But if I'm being honest, I'm consuming way more than I'm posting. That's not good. As I'm consuming, I keep comparing myself to other people. I keep seeing things that I wish I hadn't, that are maybe negative things from the news that now are like sending me down a negative spiral. Or I'm seeing loads of events I want to be a part of or that have happened in the past and I didn't know about. Now I'm feeling this FOMO that again I didn't want to be feeling. Like I was better not knowing about it. Um, and it's just like, and then it becomes this habit where it's just every time there's a little bit of downtime, like I'm waiting in line, I'm waiting for my coffee at a coffee place. It's like, pick up the phone, go on Instagram. That has already caused me some neck problems. Like I was talking to my acupuncturist because I have two discs that are slightly bulging out of my neck. They're not enough for like any intervention, or the doctor doesn't said that I don't even need physio right now, but I do need to work on my posture and I should take up more swimming and Pilates and maybe acupuncture. So I was talking to my acupuncturist and he's like, just the act of like looking down on your phone is so bad for your neck. And also the strain it puts on your elbow and your right shoulder because I mean, I have the Pro Max version, so they're quite heavy.
Yeah.
And that's causing me like physical pain. But there's even like an even more dangerous layer to how phones can be ruining people's productivity, and that's notifications. Whenever I send a message on Instagram to somebody and they reply right away, I'm like, oh my God, this person has notifications on for Instagram. This is so bad. And if they're a student of mine, I'm like, did you just get notified that I sent you a message on Instagram? Take it off. Turn off Instagram notifications. Because there are people that get notified when they get a like, when they get a follow, I've turned that off a long time ago. When you get emails, if you're listening to this, you get notified when you get emails. People can wait. You can set times on when you check emails, because there are people that will have notifications for all of that.
I turned off all mine.
But do you get notified for WhatsApp messages?
Yes, WhatsApp I do. Should I?
But what about group WhatsApp?
No, most of them are muted.
Muted, yeah. Because I was going to suggest like that could be another move.
Yeah.
There are certain people that I have them on mute because it's like you're not related to work. So of course I can't mute you because you might message me something related to work. But if it's not related to work and if they're not immediate family, so that I don't want to miss out on any urgency, although they will call, not text. But I will have them on mute and I'll just check at the end of the day.
I like that I'm unmutable.
Yeah, you're
you
not
can't
on
mute me.
No, cannot mute you. But
that's such a good point in notifications because they interrupt your flow, right?
Yeah.
So,
and even desktop notifications, like, we shouldn't be having them. Whenever I'd see my team have notifications for email, I'm like, turn them off.
Yeah. Yeah. But then there's the danger when you don't get notifications where you go into the app more to check no one's messaged you. I've done that before. And that just becomes a discipline thing, doesn't it? Where perhaps you only let yourselves go into the app at certain times and you just try to be disciplined about it. Because I did notice that it's another thing to touch on is boredom, right? Like you said, you'll get your phone out when you're standing in a queue or like we have a moment and it's like, we don't want to be bored. And that's when I'll have these moments and I will almost like subconsciously, like I'm not aware of it, open up an app that I turn off notifications to see if people have messaged me. Like it almost becomes like a tick, you know? And I think we need to be giving ourselves permission to be bored, embracing boredom.
Yeah, no, that's a big one, especially if we think about creativity or problem solving. Like if you have no downtime in your day where you're not thinking of anything, first, that means you're inputting information, even more information for your brain to sort through at night, which is going to hinder the quality of your sleep. Then you're not giving your brain time for new ideas to emerge because you're just in consumption mode.
Yeah.
So it's becoming harder and harder for us and our kids to be okay with boredom and know that that's when ideas will come up or that's when moments of connection will come up. Like your Instagram story today about like the dog wanting to eat your sandwich on the train.
Yeah.
And everybody like putting their phones down just to like be in the moment collectively.
Yeah. It was so funny. There was just to fill you in if you haven't seen it, but I was eating a sandwich and then I suddenly noticed this dog right opposite me who was just holding eye contact, like didn't blink, like desperate for a bite of the sandwich. And then he just started drooling. And then the person sitting next to me clocked it too. And she giggled and then I giggled. And then a few other people looked up on their phones and we all saw it. And the dog didn't blink once. And the whole carriage started laughing. Like everyone started laughing. And it was this moment of beautiful connection.
Yeah.
But what had we all been doing 3 minutes before? Well, not me. I was eating my sandwich, but another time I would be. Everyone was just on their phones. Like, what are we missing out on? Because we're staring at these tiny screens that are literally hijacking our dopamine levels and are engineered to be addictive. Like they've literally studied gambling and gambling machines and made apps and phones designed around that very concept. Like they are little addiction machines and everybody's just staring at their screens and missing out on these beautiful moments of connection. And then after that, we started talking to each other on the train, which never happens.
Nice.
So some guy was like, "Are you going into Barcelona?" I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Be careful with your gold chain." And I was like, "Really?" And then someone else was like, "Oh, yes, the crime is just so bad." Then everyone was like talking, like we were just having this
Yeah.
like chat about Barcelona. And it just, I don't know, we're not having enough of those moments because we're on our phones.
Yeah, true. Oh my God, one of my pet peeves is when I invite friends around for dinner and they're on their phones at my house. I'm like,
Yeah.
come on, guys. Like, we're together. Like, stop. I should have like that basket of like, if you're going to enter my house, put your phone in a basket.
Yes, you should. Phones and shoes left at the door.
I've become quite good at like at home not being on my phone, which has had its downsides. Like I miss out on all messages from friends and family, and then I'm like at work, I'm like I'm not going to reply because I'm focused. So actually, WhatsApp is like my is where I actually want to get better at. I want to get better at replying to people, but I just don't because it's like there are no time in my day for catching up on WhatsApp messages because at home I don't want my kids seeing me on my phone because then they'll just model it and if they see me on my phone they're going to want a phone. They're
Yeah,
going to want a
same.
screen. They know they've lost my attention, and then that's when they lash out or do a tantrum or my daughter will start painting the walls. So that I've been good at like just like putting it on charge, like in a top shelf when I get home.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you, what have you done that's working? Like let's kind of both share some things that we have changed that is working.
Yeah.
So when you get into the house, you put it in a shelf, put it on charge or whatever, and it's out of sight. Out of sight, out of mind. There's a lot of power with that.
Yeah. And it's always, always, always on silent. But I have warned all my immediate family that it's like if it's an emergency, call me twice because the do not disturb I have said like who can override this if they call me twice in a row.
Oh, smart.
Um yeah, I think everyone that calls me like twice in a row, like in a very short time, it will override the do not disturb. So if it's urgent, they'll get through to me because we didn't even install a landline, and now I'm wondering if we should have, but I just don't want any telemarketing. But it would be good for like my
Yeah.
parents to be able to call a landline and like my kids could pick up and be like, "Hey, who's this?" Um, so I do that at home. At work, I just like have it face down and it's just on um silent. I have no notifications on my desktop or on my phone, but I do go on Instagram a lot. And things that I've tried are like I've installed Opal, which blocks me. It says you're blocked. And there are levels of like easy level to unlock, hard level. And I put it on a hard level. And that just means that I have to sit through like 8 seconds of it telling me to breathe in and out for me to go in. And at the beginning, it'd be like, oh, remember you don't want to go into Instagram. So that it would help me to not go. As it was telling me to breathe in and out, I'd be like, no, never mind. I don't want to go in. But now, because I'm so used to it, it's just like before when you used to turn on a Mac and you used to like have to, or the internet, and you used to have like that dial up. You just get used to like waiting for the internet to start working only after you heard that song.
So now
Or,
it's
like,
wasting even more time.
yeah. Well, at least I'm taking deep breaths, but it's like I just became used to it. And I was listening to Tim Ferriss on a podcast recently, and he was like, if you want to manage like your social media, like don't think willpower will get you through it because of how these apps have been engineered. He's like, if you think willpower alone will help you reduce the time you take on these apps, it's like taking a knife to a gunfight. That's how he described it. And the
Wow.
solution is to uninstall it from your phone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which I haven't had the guts to do yet.
I uninstall Instagram often on a Friday.
Mm,
On a Friday evening, just to disconnect
nice.
at the weekend.
Nice.
I've also noticed that my phone usage at the weekend is down,
Yeah.
like
Minus.
hugely.
Yeah.
Like I barely use it at the weekend. But it's during the week that's harder. Any other thoughts from you on what has worked?
Just having it far away physically. And probably it will work if I have the courage to uninstall Instagram.
Yeah.
But we are open to all of those of you who are listening to this and have conquered their phone habits or have gotten their usage a lot lower. And what are you doing? Or what are you doing now that you've heard this episode?
Yeah. And I would say as well, one thing that I started doing about a year ago, 2 years ago, actually, because when I got divorced, I was living on my own for the first time, which was 2 years ago, my phone usage went up
Mm.
because suddenly I was living on my own, right? So it was like my company crutch, and it would be really easy to spend the evenings on my phone because it was like new living on my own. It was a big transition. I'd be like, problem talking to my friends on WhatsApp. And so I put in a few things. One thing is that like from 9, 10 o'clock, especially when I don't have my daughter, it goes when I have my daughter, I try to do it earlier, but when I don't have my daughter, so that I don't then spend the rest of the night on my phone, it goes on charge in another room. My phone
Mhm.
never comes in my bedroom with me. I even bought an alarm clock that has meditations and everything inside it so that I can
Nice.
do meditations with my alarm clock if I want to. So my phone never comes in my bedroom, and that has really helped. I also set a rule where I don't look at my phone for the first hour of the day.
Mm.
At the moment, sometimes I have to because I'm doing shared school runs, so I just have
Right.
to check that nothing big's come in.
Yeah.
I've turned off notifications. That really helps. And then the other thing is putting it in a drawer or a cupboard in another room, like having like a double distance. So it's in another room and then it's inside a cupboard or a drawer. Just trying to come back and, like I said this in another episode, just saying now, what is the best thing I can be doing right now? And it's
Mm.
almost never your mobile phone.
Yeah. Nice. What about when you want to like just numb out? You've had a really hard day. I feel like that's also when I turn to my phone. It's like,
Yeah,
oh, I
same.
just need to relax.
Yeah. That's when I don't scroll loads and loads, but that's when I would scroll.
Mm.
That's when it's like you do the doom scroll, right? And it never leaves you feeling much better.
No.
But I mean, also let's be honest, we're human. Every now and then it's going to happen. But if we can just reduce the amount of times it's happening, then that's a step in the right direction, right?
For sure.
If it's
Yeah.
happening once a week, then once a month, that's okay,
But what can we do instead to relax? What do you do?
So going for a walk can
Mm.
help, putting on some music, having a dance, reading my book. At the moment, I'm reading another romantasy series. So I'm like super hooked on it. And so last night, I just lay on my balcony after I put my daughter to bed and I read for an hour. And it was so nice.
Oh,
And I
lush.
just light the candles and read. I love my own company now. Like now 2 years on, I've got really used to living on my own. Like I think I would struggle to live with anyone ever again. And for me, it's reading because if you think that what we want when we're overwhelmed is escapism, I think,
Mm.
right? If we're
Mhm.
feeling overwhelmed, we just want to numb out. It's escapism from our reality. So, how could we escape from our reality in the way that's actually going to nourish our soul as
Yeah.
much? Because escapism is okay. So, maybe that's when you watch a really good movie, or
Mhm.
you watch your favorite Netflix show, or you read a book. Like, I think we should have permission to escape sometimes.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Shall we wrap it up there?
I think so. Yeah. And we want to hear from you. What are your phone habits like? And has this inspired you to work on them?
And if you're brave enough to go like all 1990s and just get a vintage Nokia, which I keep thinking about doing, please let us know.
Oh, but it doesn't have. No, but there are people that put their phones black and white and then reduce all of their apps down to the essentials because you might still need Uber, you might still
Well,
need
this is what I was
GPS.
thinking.
Yeah,
Yeah, maybe I'll do that.
put your phone black and white.
Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to report back
Okay.
because I need Google Maps. Otherwise, I would just get
Yeah.
so lost everywhere that like that the amount of time that I'm lost will be more than like the amount of time I'm using WhatsApp.
But who knows what you could find when you get lost? I'm joking. All
Isn't
right.
that what it's all about? Finding ourselves.
We'll wrap it up there and we'll see you next week.
Bye for now.
Bye. That's it for this week. If you enjoyed this episode or if something here landed for you, share it with a friend.
Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss next week's episode.
And if you can, please leave us a review. It really helps new people find us.
See you next time.